You can't change yesterday, but you can ruin today, by worrying about tomorrow. Unknown.
What his quote is saying is that instead of looking to the past, or ahead more than 24 hours from the present, you should stay focused on the tasks at hand. Oftentimes, your thoughts tend to be dominated by past mistakes, and past regrets, or even anxiety about events to come. You find yourself unable to perform what needs to be done at the moment, for the simple reason that you are trapped in the future, or the past. Now, if you desire to stay away from worry, then don't stew about the future. Simply live each day until you go to bed. That is not to say that you should not make any effort to prepare for tomorrow. You should. But the best possible way to prepare for tomorrow is to focus with all your enthusiasm and intelligence on executing today's work properly, today. If your worry is overwhelming you, and you are unable to concentrate, try this strategy. First, ask yourself, what is the worst that can possibly happen? Next, ready yourself to accept the worst. Thirdly, do your best to improve the worst. Finally, remind yourself that there will be a price to pay for worrying, especially in terms of your health.
Don't believe everything you think. Thoughts are just that, thoughts. Alan Locos.
This quote is talking about the fact that you experience every one of your thoughts, but they don't always represent the truth about the world. The bulk of the time, what you are thinking is just a story you're telling yourself to make sense of the world. It's entirely based on how you interpret the world around you. So before you start worrying or to stop your worrying, it's important that you get the facts about the situation. This is important because, unless you have the facts, you won't be able to even attempt to solve your problem intelligently. Without the facts, all you can do is be anxious, or upset and confused. Most of the time when people worry, it's because they are trying to come to a decision before they have enough knowledge on which to base a decision.
It's just the way things are. And you can't dwell on what might have been. You have to look at what is. Sophie Kinsella.
This quote is advising you to not focus on how things could have been, but on the way things currently are. In doing so, you will have to analyze the facts. Getting all the facts in the world is of no use to you until you analyze them and interpret them. It is much easier to do this if you write them down first. Once you have gone through the information you've gathered, ask yourself, what am I worried about? Is there anything I can do about it? Then, write down all the potential solutions to your problem, and come to a decision on which one will have the best possible outcome. When you spend time analyzing the facts, you will get straight to the root of your problem, and choose a clear direction to move in.
There comes a time when any more investigation and thinking are harmful. There comes a time when we must decide and act and never look back. Wade Phillips.
Now once you have made a decision, what this quote is telling you to do is to begin acting on it. It's vital that you begin acting on your decision immediately, so that there will be no time for you to begin second-guessing yourself or worry about making the wrong decision. Keep in mind that when you take action, it doesn't necessarily mean that you will solve the problem all at once. What it simply means is that you should begin with what you can do right now.
Winston Churchill said, "I'm too busy. I have no time for worry."
Another way you can break the worry habit is being suggested by this quote. Many psychologists will tell you that one of the best solutions to ease worry is by keeping busy. If you don't keep busy and spend your time sitting around worrying and brooding, you will begin to feel helpless and paralyzed. So, get so busy with those problems that demand all of your faculties that you have no time to worry.
Ask yourself the question, will this matter a year from now? Richard Carlson.
Most of the time, all you need to overcome the worry is to engage in a shifting of focus by setting up a new and more pleasurable viewpoint in your mind. Chances are, you often allow yourself to be upset by little things that you should despise and forget. You never know how long you are going to live, yet you lose many valuable hours worrying over issues that in a year's time, you and everybody else would have forgotten. No, try devoting your life to actions that are worthwhile, to better thoughts and enduring undertakings.
I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened. Mark Twain.
Many of you walk around all your lives thinking about things that will never happen. You worry and fear events that haven't happened and probably never will. Your mind is out of control. Your head is filled with negative thoughts that will not affect reality, even if you think they will. When you find yourself worrying about things that are not in your control, ask yourself, what is the likelihood, based on its probability, that this thing I am worried about will ever happen? Maybe you could save your worrying until there is really something to worry about.
William James once said, acceptance of what has happened is the first step to overcoming the consequence of any misfortune.
Your happiness will never truly come if you continue to hang on to things that make you unhappy. You may get caught up believing that happiness will not be possible unless things change. As such, you cause yourselves tremendous unhappiness because you're insisting that things be different. But consider this. What if you pause and go along with what's happening now? And if you were to do this, how would it affect you and your life right now? When you go along with what is happening, you are accepting the inevitable. You will be surprised how quickly you are able to accept and adjust to almost any situation if you had to. And even forget about it. The choice is yours.
You will never be truly happy if you continue to hold on to things that make you sad. Author unknown.
Holding on to things that cause you to worry can be addressed by challenging your worry. The thought behind this strategy is to figure out how much things are worth to you and what level of emotional turmoil you're willing to go through for their sake. And chances are, you are not willing to go through much for long before you move on. It's possible that you could get rid of most of your worry if you develop a standard of sorts in terms of your life, of what things are worth to you. When you start worrying, ask yourself the following questions. How much does this really matter to me? When do I stop this and move on? How much should this worry cost me? Have I already suffered enough?
Stop being a prisoner of your past. Become the architect of your future. Robin Sharma.
This quote is talking about the past and not worrying about it. Reconcile in your mind the fact that what's done is done. It makes no sense you cry over spilled milk. When you worry over things that have already occurred, it is a great waste of time. You can't return to the past and change anything. So your best bet is to begin living and enjoying the present moments of your life. Plan, make preparations, and know that it won't be perfect. Just stop worrying about the past. It is gone.
You can worry, you can meditate. Jason Napolitano.
When you are worrying, chances are you may have a difficult time focusing on anything else. And constant dwelling on negative thoughts is a bad habit. When you feel yourself beginning to worry, try meditation. Sit comfortably in a quiet room, relax, and clear your mind while taking deep breaths. Meditation can help take your focus away from those undesirable thoughts, stop your anxious feelings, and inspire a state of calm. If you need to, find a guided meditation program, video, or app to help you. Learning to focus on the things that are right in front of you, instead of your worries, will surely change your life.
A worry shared is a worry halved. Unknown.
This quote is encouraging you to share your worries. This may seem like a simplistic solution, but when you talk to someone you trust face to face, someone who will listen to you and not judge, criticize, or continually be distracted, it is an effective way to calm your nerves and diffuse anxiety. When your worries begin to get out of control, talking them over can make them seem far less ominous. When you keep your worries to yourself, it tends to cause them to build up until they become overwhelming. But when you say them out loud, it can help you to better understand your feelings at that moment and put them in perspective. You may even find possible solutions that may never have occurred to you.